Hey everyone, this is Scott Volker, and what I want to do here before I play the podcast, there's a little snippet that I want to play you. It's about 8-9 minutes long, but basically I just wanted to kind of give you a little story behind it and why I wanted to share this with you. Dina sent in a story to our inner circle, and she just wanted to let people know about a marketing tip that she was using, but she also told her story of how she got started and where she is now and why she is not going to be defeated and she is going to be successful, and how everything is or has been stacked against her, and how she has made a decision to make this thing work. And I really wanted you to hear this because I know there's people out there, including myself when I first got started, that was so frustrated and felt like giving up. And I want you to hear this, and I hope that it'll inspire you, but it'll also motivate you to keep going when you feel as though you don't want to keep going, okay? Because I would hate for you to not chase your dreams and your passion and do something that you truly enjoy. So with that all being said, enjoy the podcast, and I'll talk to you soon. To get started, Joe, I think you wanted to read something that was submitted on the forum by Dina? Was it Dina?
Yeah, I believe it's Dina. I don't think it's Deanna. Well, we like to do a synopsis of the week here on Friday, and this thing was just hit me square in the face. I mean, it is so motivating and touching. And there's a message at the end. It's going to be long. Scott's going to let me read it here. But Dina, thank you for, I guess, pouring your heart out. So, says, I have a story I'd like to share. If I get long-winded, sorry. I just wanted to point out how getting your name out there is important, and having a catching name for your business does matter. I ran a group daycare for years. It was called Veggie Kids Daycare. It grew big and fast, and just by making t-shirts for my kids to wear with a logo on it, along with I and my partner, who also wore the shirts saying Veggie Kids, suddenly the schools and people around us knew who Veggie Kids were. I was second runner-up for the best daycare in Michigan, 2004. Since then, I've gotten divorced, and I ended up losing everything. I lost my job. I had no place to live. Had to let the 4 kids live with their father because I couldn't support them. This was 3 years ago. I love photography, and that was my second love. Now, I'm stuck in an apartment, still struggling. I decided to get back into my photography and own my own business once again. I was hit hard, not a good job, unemployed several times, barely making it. But I won't quit. I won't quit. I owned a business once and was very good at it, and I'll be good at it again. But getting over a 20-year marriage is hard, and trying to remember what I did to promote has been hard. Seemed easier back then. I've been working on building my business for 2 years. Not doing good, and I'm frustrated. But finally I remembered the t-shirts I made for my daycare. Wearing my own logo, name all the time, I started doing this a month ago. I worked in a factory now, and with all men, not expecting anything, but suddenly people noticed my shirts and hats that I made. Now I have 2 weddings this summer. I'm working on restoring old photos, a step in the right direction, finally, all because I just wore my shirts and hats saying D's Photo Lab on it. Finally, I see light at the end of the tunnel. Not making money yet, but we'll soon. Never give up, and just have that name with a ring to it. Wear it, show it off. It does matter. And you'll be surprised how fast the word spreads. And never give up. I don't know how many times she said that, Scott.
That's great.
You never know who you'll run into, and just one person can make your business grow fast. Just had to share. Now, I want to say that Fancy and Judy all said, wonderful, and that's a great idea. And Dina answered at the end, thank you. It has and still is a tough road, but advertising does work. I know Joe and Scott didn't mention the shirts, but their words and love towards their work keeps me going and reminded me again who I really am. Finding New Biz Portraits has changed my life and reminded me who I am. Doesn't matter who believes in me, only that I do. And in the end, that's all that matters. Thank you for all your support. Quote of the day, quitters never succeed. Only those who try do.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And let me just say, like you said, I mean, a lot of heartfelt stuff in there. You can tell where she is, or where she came from, where she is today. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that can relate to that, because even if your story isn't exactly that, you're probably going to have a similar story or something that might have hit there where you just felt like giving up, or you felt like the road was too hard and this just isn't going to work, and you're frustrated and you're discouraged and all this stuff. It's normal to have these thoughts. And I think with what she's done here is she's allowing this to keep her motivated. And just that one client, like she said, can make all the difference in the world. So it's really going out and finding that one client, that one superstar of a client that's going to help you. And then you're going to find more than just that one. So I think that was great. Also, I got to say, Joe, nice job reading that. I mean, you sounded like a journalist. You must have worked in the journalism business.
I was only I are the photographer. I didn't write the words.
I'll tell you though, you did a really nice job. I might have to have you read something like that every week. That was good. I mean, I personally don't like reading, but I could listen to you. That was good. You had a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion. So I think we ought to give Joe an applause for his reading ability. And
you're rubbing off on me. I'll never be the speaker you are, but
yeah.
but reading that, I welled up in my eyes. You can't see that here, but I mean, even reading, and I've read her, that thing 3 times already.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I think people should read that. I think people should pour their heart out there to where they're at, because you know what? Sometimes you have to do that to get some response from people, and that's really what NPB Pro is all about. And I think while we're talking about this for a second, let's bring up what we had a comment, and we won't mention any names, but we had a comment come in, and basically someone was a little frustrated, obviously, probably a little annoyed, actually, that, we're actually talking about things that might not pertain to, photography. Does this right here pertain 100% to being a better photographer? No. Is this here going to help you or anyone in this business move forward when you're having a tough time, struggling in your marketing, in your business setup, in thinking you're not good enough? This is going to help you tremendously. So what I want to say is, yes, this forum, okay, that was created here for this inner circle was not even in the plans for us in the beginning.
It was an afterthought.
Yeah, we just did it because people were saying, we want to be able to comment below the videos like we started, and then all of a sudden there was like hundreds of comments, and it started getting to where you couldn't have any organization. Then we did this, and now people are basically getting to know each other. They're being able to share their stories like this. They're being able to help each other. And yes, sometimes it's chit chat. Sometimes it's, hey, just wanted to let everybody know I had a great weekend doing this, that, or the other thing. You know what? So, what was recommended to us, Joe, was to add a general discussion section where you can kind of have that coffee talk, and that's what we did. Okay, we did that just now. We added that, and we'll continue to move subjects over there that we feel don't pertain to that. But listen, all right, we want this to be a strong community of people that know, like, and trust each other. Okay, because in this business, it's not easy to do. And yes, you may be looking for that one golden nugget right now that's going to be there to help you where you're at right now. Well, this here that we shared with you this morning, that Joe shared with us, is basically one little nugget that could help you if you're in a spot like she is right now. Okay, or even a similar spot, or maybe you're just frustrated today. This here hopefully will fuel you for the next week to go ahead and take action.
Well, Scott, we've said it before. You cannot go down the street and talk to your, photographer studio. Competition is all he's going to see you as, and he's not going to break down. You're not going to have coffee clutches and lunches, and so we want that as that community here, because you're not going to get it anywhere else. And I can talk with Skype, or we can do these podcasts to people in Australia, to people all over the world that you've got people on here. And that is so powerful, and it's so moving. And, I don't know Dina, and I would probably never get to hear this story other than through here.
Right. And you know what? And I think, again, like we had said, these podcasts are to highlight what we feel is important. And this is something that just kind of came about. You actually emailed me late last night or early this morning, I forget when it was, and you said, hey, we got to talk about this. We have to share this. And I said, let's. Okay, so there you have it. I hope that you can see that Dina is not going to take no for an answer, and she is going to beat the odds because she's not going to give up. And I think that you should take this information, this story, and I think you should bookmark it, and I think you should come back to it from time to time. And just, again, when you're feeling as though you can't move forward, just keep reminding yourself that you can, okay? The only person that's going to stop you is you. All right, so to be a good photographer, yes, you have to take great pictures. To be a good business person, you have to stay focused and you have to keep pushing forward. All right, and that's what you are. If you are a photographer and you want to make a business out of this, you are a business person. You are a marketer. And these are the things that you need to have beside you to keep you motivated and to keep you fueled to keep moving forward. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you'd like more information like this, or if you'd like to join us and you're not a member already, just head over to newportraitbizpro.com and we'll see you on the inside. Take care.